Coming up on the Basement Boys.
Can I ask you guys a question? If we were sitting out in public one day and somebody put a camera on us and they caught some of the shit that we've said and that you've said and that everybody's ever said, how bad would it be? It looked rough. He looked like a 7th round pick.
And it can happen to anybody.
No. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Go ahead and throw it to him, bro. Whatever bullshit he has to say.
Damn.
He's not top 10, and that's all I've ever fucking said. I've never said one time that we should take credit from Brock.
Yo.
I said he's not top 10, and you disagree, and he agrees, and he keeps disagreeing for no reason.
I think we gotta start off the show by apologizing to Hattie, bro. I don't know if you realize he's been kind of like cold with both of us, bro.
Cold with both of you guys.
Basketball boy.
Yeah, man. We want to apologize.
I am basketball boy.
But
bro.
we want to apologize for it.
No, I don't want to
I
apologize.
know your family watches
The
this.
term
Oh, I don't
basketball
want to
boy.
apology
Just-
at all.
We apologize.
Also, we can just keep on calling you basketball
Yeah,
boy?
call me basketball.
I mean, but
bro.
listen,
Imagine being so good at something that you get named after that sport.
See why you
Yeah,
don't
but-
apologize to him?
no, you know what? I take my apologies.
Yeah, you see why
Take
you
it back.
don't apologize to him?
I am basketball boy.
Basketball boy.
And so the next time the basketball topic brings up, I need you to put your head down a little bit and speak with some respect
It's
in your
not
voice.
versatile, bro.
Just not versatile.
It's not
huh?
versatile. I got you a gift.
Oh, man.
What is that?
Oh, man.
You guys actually got a fucking whistle?
This thing is going to be the fucking death of both of you guys.
Can I hear it one time? Let me see how loud it is.
I figured
When you hear this bitch, you hand him. You know what? Me. There we go.
He's gonna put it on. We need to get him a ref shirt.
Hey,
You gotta-
I-
you
We
gotta-
need to get
you
him a
gotta make it
referee
official.
shirt. We need to get him a referee shirt.
You got to make it
Stripe one,
official.
yo.
I figured since me and him don't know how to shut the fuck up.
I didn't think we were doing that bad.
I mean,
No,
we
man,
weren't.
no, you guys are doing bad.
But we have
you guys are doing really
we have
bad.
no respect for his authority that he needs a whistle.
Okay. I'm going to jump right into it. I'm not going to use the whistle right now. We have a lot of topics to talk about. Topic number one. Every year, the GMs and executives, they come out with a top 10 QBs list of 2024, which is like, it's ideal. Topic number two. The USA and South Sudan yesterday with one of the biggest upsets in basketball history.
Almost.
We're going to get into it.
Almost.
Brandon Aiyuk demanding a trade from the 49ers. And Jaylen Brown talking smack about Bronny James on the sideline. A lot of topics to talk about. We'll jump into topic number one. Every year, GMs and executives, they come out, give the top 10 like projections of top 10 QBs.
What's that list?
In order, they have Petty, number one, Burrow, Josh Allen, number three, Lamar, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, A-Rod, Jared Goff, and your boy Dak Prescott.
10?
And your boy Dak Prescott at number 10.
That guy wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
I mean, basketball boy.
Yes, sir.
If you want to start off with,
Ace, you're gonna have to change his name. Don't have Hattie anymore. Basketball boy.
I mean, that's a lot. Now we're pushing it. Now
I'll start off
we're
with you.
pushing
What
it.
do you think of that list, man?
The two things that stood out to me is, and I think it's really three things. First, I was surprised to not see Trevor Lawrence on here because I see Trevor Lawrence on most of these lists when there's 10 of them. The second thing is Jalen Hurts not being on there. I think Jalen Hurts, just out of the success he's had in the last 3 years, he should be on there. To me, at least. And the thing that makes me the happiest as a human being, as a basketball boy, is that the GMs and executives got it right, bro.
About?
Because Brock Purdy's closer to 20 than he is to 5.
Oh, my God.
And that's the thing I'm glad they got right. So I think they got one thing right, and those two things that the Trevor Lawrence one, I don't totally disagree with them. I'm just saying I'm shocked. Usually he's on that list of when you talk about the 10 best quarterbacks in the league. He's on most people's list when you talk about 10. Golf being on there was kind of surprising, so that's why I'm surprised. And then Jalen Hurts not being on there. Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback in the league, bro. Jalen Hurts is better than Jared Goff, bro.
So you'd replace Golf and put Jalen Hurts
Yeah.
in that order?
And then that list, I'm okay with the 10 guys on there. Maybe I can structure them differently, but I'm okay with the 10 guys that are on there, though.
Except Jared Goff.
Except Jared Goff. Jared Goff is not a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Really?
100%.
Huh.
I don't think he's better than Trevor Lawrence, and I don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts. To me.
Interesting.
The thing with Trevor Lawrence, though, I think that when people put him in their top 10s, I think they do it because they think his potential is top 10
But
good.
this is what it is. It's projection for next year.
Listen, you know what I'm really happy about?
What's that?
The GM's got this right, and it's been warranted, bro. Hurts not being that top 10 says a lot about him, bro. It really, really does. Listen, this has nothing with me being a Dallas Cowboys fan. It really, really doesn't. But I've been saying this for a while about Hurts, right? I think he's a good quarterback, but I think we might have shot the gun on him, bro. Like, just real talk. Like, listen, the guy's been in the league for 4 years. He had one good year. He's had one good
Not
year.
one.
No, he's had one
He's-
good.
no,
His team has had one successful
No,
year.
he has numbers wise. He's had one good year, guys. The year that they went to the Super Bowl, he's had one good year. And with Hurts, let's not act like he's not playing on one of the best rosters in the league. He has one of the best offensive lines. Some say they're the top rated. They have. Can you argue a better tandem than AJ Brown and Devontae Smith? And he has a really good tight end. Like, yeah, bro, he has one of the best like rosters in the league, and then he struggles outside of that 1 year. Yeah, bro, you know what? He's 1 bad year again away from like me starting to like question whether he's even worth the money he's getting paid, bro. Seriously. And now you just added Saquon too. Like, you're telling me if he struggled again, like that wouldn't be like alarming? I mean, these top executives and these GMs didn't have him in the top 10. Like, yeah, bro, like that's like you brought up Golf not being in there. Like
Golf.
All right, Golf, whatever. Right?
Hey, how you say that guy? He says golf every time.
Then
Golf.
this guy was a fucking English teacher. Here, Jared.
Let it go, man. Let it
Jared.
go,
Golf.
man. Let it go, man.
Jared Golf.
Let it go.
I mean,
I heard Golf. You could,
come on, bro. Who was the guy?
Let
A
it go,
fucking
man.
English
Let
teacher?
it go.
Let it go, bro.
Okay.
This guy's a perfectionist, man. I didn't know. I'm gonna start bringing up every little.
Do it. You wanna start that again? Do it.
Don't do that.
Okay. Jared Goff.
I mean, yeah, he got put in the top 10, but he's like had a history of like leading some bad teams to like the year that they almost made the playoffs against the Packers. When the Lions were 1 game away from going to the playoffs, like he played really well last year.
Last year?
Even the year before last year, he was starting to turn it around without having that great
Played
team
okay.
around him.
Let's not
Yeah.
take it over.
Yeah.
He played okay.
Last year he had 30 touchdowns and 12 picks, compared to how I think
team that finished
Hurts
ninth.
had like he was a turnover machine. You know what it is about Hurts? He just doesn't get criticized. Like a lot of people in his position, like Dak had a bad year with turnovers, and they made it seem like it was the worst thing in the world. Like he should get criticized, and they didn't put him in the top 10. He should have not been in the top 10.
How many years has Jalen Hurts started for now?
3 years.
This is his 3rd year.
Yep.
It's too early to say if he's overrated or underrated to me. It's too early. I mean, he's started for basically 2.5 years, 3 years.
But like
And one of the years he went to the Super Bowl. He took his team to the Super Bowl.
the year
So,
that
like,
he was in
I don't know.
the year that he
I'm
was in the
ready to do
Super
that.
Bowl, like people were like
It's just 4 years for Jalen
4
Hurts.
years.
So you believe
3 out of
Goff
the
is
4.
better than Jalen Hurts, though? You
I
believe
thought,
Jared?
I thought he was a lot better than him last year. I think that
No, I'm saying who do you think is better?
a better quarterback.
This is the list, though. It's better. It's not who played better last year because they have Aaron Rodgers on here.
I think Golf throws a ball.
I
better
never
than
asked
him.
you throws it better. I said who do you think is a better quarterback?
So what are you asking me if I'm starting a team?
No, I said who do you think is a better quarterback?
I think Jared Goff's a better quarterback than him,
Okay.
and I think Dak's better than him.
I think Dak is better than, but I think Dak's better than both of those guys, though.
Yeah, I mean, but I would take Goff over Hurts.
With Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson,
Instead of Nick Sirianni?
a good offense coordinator. Well, this is the thing about Hurts, though, that nobody wants to talk about. The one great year he had was when he had the head coach for the Colts, one of the best offensive minds, and then he lost him, and he looked like shit.
So same thing with Jared Goff then.
No,
He was almost out the league
sure,
at some
but-
point before he got Ben Johnson.
But you can't have all those. You can't have all those weapons. You can't have all those weapons and play like shit, bro. Like, think about the guys around him. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, the offensive line that he has. Now he has Saquon. So you're telling me if he comes out next year and he plays like shit, it's not time to like question like.
Depends on how you say what you mean by he played like shit. Because like when you look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, to me he's a closer guy in comparison to like Lamar than he is to Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow. Like, what are you looking for? Because if we're looking at the run game combined with the
Let me just
throwing,
put it like this.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Jalen
as numbers
Hurts
this year.
can't sniff Lamar Jackson.
I never said
No, he never said that.
I
No,
said
no,
he's more.
Let's just make sure.
It's similar, but you can make an argument that Justin Fields plays like Lamar Jackson, but he's not nowhere near the player.
His
that he
game
is.
mirrors Lamar's more than it does all other guys.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
He's a turnover machine. But it's also like, hey, here's another thing though. Like, they started off like 10-1 last year and lost like.
No, it was the year before that.
No, it was last year.
No, it was last year. But you said that was coaching though.
It was coaching, but it's also like that deserves to be. And he wasn't playing well either, though.
He was
was.
hurt though.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, bro.
No, he was hurt.
But then
Let's get him a full healthy season.
But then we gotta give all quarterbacks that pass too, though, because like I don't like to defend Dak, but like when Dak was coming off when he hurt his thumb that one year and then he threw all those picks, everybody tried to make it seem. And that was his only year that he did it. Jaylen now has shown that he.
You
turns,
guys did that.
What do you mean?
Cowboys fans did that. Let's not make it seem everybody
No.
was jumping.
Did
Cowboys fans
No,
did
it
that.
was everybody, bro. You go
Did
on.
what? Did what?
The biggest
when
complaints
he
that you
threw-
see about Cowboys come from Cowboy fans.
when
bro.
he threw all
Biggest
those, he threw a bunch of picks.
He did.
one year.
Yeah, I remember that year.
Like it was all over ESPN. It was-
Before we move on to the next topic, how did you feel about A-Rod being on there? Honestly.
I was a little shocked because he's 40. He just tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
And
they put him out of respect, man.
It's a bad motherfucker, bro.
They put him out of respect.
he was a bad motherfucker.
2 years ago. That's a bad motherfucker.
But
bro.
even his last year against the Packers, he wasn't that great.
But even his last year on the Packers, like there's still not 10 guys you're taking over him.
I would be highly shocked if he was a top 10 quarterback.
That team should be good though.
That
team should be
I'm
really
excited
good
for
this
the
year.
Jets. I'm really excited.
They're
for the
either going
Jets.
to be really good or really bad.
I could see it. Yeah.
Like they're not going to be like 9-8. I could tell you that right now. They'll either be like they'll win like 10 or 11 games,
I could see
or
it.
they'll be really bad because their
So
team.
for the most part, like they got it like pretty right.
I don't hate it.
They put.
I don't
Burrow,
hate
too.
it at all. Like
But I don't hate that. I disagree with it, but I don't hate it.
I'm just so happy they put Hurts in his place. Kind of opens some eyes. Like it should open your eyes a little bit.
If you give him like let's just say the 20, I think Hurts is gonna be 11. He'll be 11. They'll put him
Yeah,
like literally right there.
he's like
11.
I'm
He's
not
at
mad
11
at it.
probably.
I'm not mad at it at all.
He's arguably top 10.
Arguably.
But to me, he's definitely in the top 10. To me, that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah.
Because like to me, he's definitely better than.
I wasn't
than Jared
mad
Goff.
that he
definitely.
Listen, I wouldn't be mad if they put him in the top 10, but I'm also I'm happy that people are starting to recognize that like he's not this elite guy. He's not this elite quarterback.
He can be.
I'm a Lions fan.
He can
I
be.
promise you, I would much rather walk in next year with Jalen Hurts than Jared Goff. I promise you. I'll much rather.
I don't know because I just seen Hurts with all his weapons and he struggles, man. At least with golf, I know that I'm not going to get a guy who's
But
going to turn the ball
again,
over.
you're giving one guy Ben Johnson, and
Again,
it changes things, bro.
And it does. No, you're right.
It changes
does.
things.
It does. But I
Sure,
just
but
no.
when
I
you're
think
elite-
Jared Goff is just much smarter on the field, man.
He is.
Makes
He's a smarter
much smarter decisions. He doesn't put himself in like those situations where you have to get hurt. You have to like in the run game. You get what I'm saying? So like if you give, we're gonna go to the similar rosters between the Eagles and Lions. Like if you give Goff the Eagles roster, they beat the Bucs.
Jalen Hurts beats San Francisco last year. Because I'm gonna say this last thing about this topic. The couple of times where they were in the end zone with a couple yards away, and instead of taking the field goal, they decided to go for it. Jalen Hurts gets
Yeah.
you a touchdown or two in that.
No, I
position.
just think that the Lions coaches.
No, but you see what I'm saying, though?
No, he's right.
Like
He's
in
right.
that position, though, Jalen Hurts is more equipped. Because he's not losing anything. You said it yourself. They have one of the best offensive lines in the league. You put Jalen Hurts behind that in those situations, it's tough.
get that
bro.
touchdown.
It's tough.
I'm gonna say the last thing though. I don't think that. No, I'm gonna say the last thing. Yeah.
We used this earlier.
You can say the last
I
thing.
don't
Second
think. I don't think that Jalen Hurts is the pocket passer that Golf is.
Okay.
And that would hurt the Lions.
I'm gonna say the last thing though. This is the last thing.
Give me that goddamn
This
whistle.
is the
I'm a
last
whistle.
thing. Let's move on. So all in all, pretty good.
Yeah,
good
I'm
top
not-
10.
I don't hate
pretty
the
good.
list
You
that
know,
much.
you're not mad about it, are you?
No.
You're not mad about
I
it.
was
are you?
happy as hell.
That was good.
I'm just glad Brock isn't on there.
Basketball boy again. The Olympics yesterday, well, on Saturday, Team USA versus South Sudan. They won by 1 point. Thoughts?
Try that thoughts again.
Thoughts?
Thoughts.
Thoughts?
My thoughts. I think everybody needs to relax. We're still gonna win the gold. It'll be okay, guys. Maybe we're not blowing out teams by 40, but that's because we're comparing it to dream teams and redeem teams who were actually they were actually playing plumbers. They were actually playing accountants. So like, yeah, when you compare, oh, why did we beat Slovakia by 15? We can't do that anymore. It's because Slovakia has 4 NBA players on the squad. But all in all, I think it proved that at 39,
LeBron.
when we see all of them on the biggest stage, he's still the best player between them. And I think it showed in that game. And I
He hit
think
the game
that he did hit the game winner. And I think that Hakeem maybe wasn't totally off base with the AD take. AD might be top 5 in the league. That's what it showed me. So
I think I deserve it. I deserve
Those are the two
apologies
things.
from both of you guys
about what?
because I told you guys that there are not 10 players in this league, regular season, age, especially in a playoff series. There are not 10 other players.
Wait, when did we say AD wasn't top 10?
Let me finish. That there are not 10 better players in the league than LeBron
No,
James
brother.
right now.
You said about top 5.
LeBron.
LeBron.
I said there are not 10 better players than AD, and there are not 10 better players than LeBron James in this league.
Do you have him in top 10?
What does that have to do with anything, though?
Because LeBron, like you just said,
6 of the top 10 players in the league aren't even on the USA team, though.
when LeBron
What are you talking about?
when LeBron's on that court with everybody else, and he's the one getting the ball at the end of these,
Who's the second best player on this team right now?
KD, Curry,
Is KD top 10 still in the
Ant.
league? He is.
I still
Other
KD.
than Ant.
I still
He's
have
the
KD.
only top 6-ish player in the league.
But I still have
that's on this team. Yeah,
Hey, but you know my thing.
And Tatum.
So like the regular season playoffs,
Right.
it is what it is. But like in a playoff series, there's not 10 more people I'm taking over LeBron, AD, KD, or Curry. I'm just not.
just trying to remember when we disagreed with him about that. When did we disagree with him
No,
about
we
that?
would not disagreed. We
said
did
he's
say
top 10-ish.
about AD being top 10.
We never disagreed with it. We said he's top
Well, like
10.
when I said AD was a better-
He's reaching for apology.
Hey, when I want to,
He's
he's looking to be right.
He's not gonna- he's not getting wrong.
You know what's so funny? He gave me my flowers, and I wanted to take it a step. But when I said he was better than Tatum, you jumped on me.
I did jump on you.
The AD's
And
It's
I'm not
arguable.
100% saying he's
It's
better.
arguable.
But I'm saying he looks better.
I just
He
hate
definitely
like
looks
how
better
we
than Tatum.
dismiss it sometimes, bro. Like
I'll remind you. I'll remind me and you in December when it's a big game and he has 10 points and 13 rebounds. I'll
got
remind
hurt
you.
by the second quarter.
I'll remind you.
And I'll remind you when Tatum is deferring to the
100%.
fifth best player on his team in the
Anyways,
fourth quarter.
100%.
Anyways, what are your thoughts on that game yesterday?
I have a totally different thought about it. And they're gonna win gold, right? It's hard when you're putting like all those players on one team and you're trying to figure it out. Like it's gonna come together eventually, right? They'll be just fine. And by the way, they're not respecting the other team on the other side. They just aren't, bro. You know, I mean, they're walking to the gym and they're like, "Oh, we'll beat these guys. They went down a little bit. All right, go. Here's the ball. Go get it."
They went down a lot, man.
This is gonna be the biggest thing. I think this is the last year for a while that Team USA will be favored to win gold. And I don't think the next time they go to the Olympics, they'll win gold. I want you guys to think about something real quick. Think of the top 10 to even 15 players in the league. Next time around, LeBron ain't gonna be there. Curry won't be there.
KD won't be there.
KD won't be there. By the way, like LeBron and Curry are a big part of this so far right now. Like they're the
100%.
two best players playing on it right now. And everybody else in that top 10 or 15 list are all international players. You know, Embiid isn't supposed to be playing with USA right now. People are getting on his ass because
He's from Cameroon.
he's not even supposed to be there. People are saying you're just trying to get gold. So think about it. Next time around, who's going to be like the established like old guy on these teams that are going to lead USA? because Ant's still going to be a baby.
You're gonna have a prime Anthony Edwards.
But you need more than that.
No, 100%.
Like think about it. With the Redeem team, it was taking Kobe, LeBron, and Wade, and like they were needed to hit big shots. Who's gonna be that? Who's gonna be that guy next time around? If I was gonna put money on it, it's not gonna look good for him next time coming around.
I agree.
France is gonna be dangerous, by the way. France is gonna be extremely dangerous.
Oh yeah, bro. Like that's not even, bro.
It just won't be right not seeing Team USA in the Olympics like dominating the way they dominate.
It'll come back to the curve. If they don't win in the next 4 years, they'll win after. Americans just always figure out a way, bro.
100%.
When a sport is theirs, they just always figure out.
So
a way,
on this
bro.
team, like you're not gonna have Curry, KD, and LeBron.
But those guys aren't that good now, anyways.
But you're gonna have
let's not make
everybody-
it seem like watch these games. I don't know if you guys watch these games, bro. They don't look that good, anyways,
don't.
right
They
now.
don't win
So,
that
like,
game without LeBron.
Joel
yesterday.
Embiid doesn't look good, bro, right now. He doesn't
don't-
look like he belongs on the court. Like AD's our second best player right now on the team. But
But that's because Kerr's being stubborn and won't start.
Olympic games are different than NBA games, Hakeem. This
Yeah.
team right here that you see, if you put them on an NBA court
They destroy him.
against South Sudan, it would be bad, bro.
100%.
It would get ugly very quick. The Olympic game is very different than an NBA game. It's very, very different.
I'm just
bro.
saying, don't sleep on the old guys and don't sleep on experience, especially when it comes to these guys been in big games, man. They know what to do. They know when to go, man. Like
100%.
Like I'm seriously, I know LeBron's 40, bro, but I'm not taking 10 more guys than him, man. And AD, man, and you know what? JJ Redick came out and said that he's going to use him as the offensive hub this year. Like, bro, like, how shocked would he be if AD won the finals, won MVP next year?
Very shocked. Because they would need to win 60 games or close to it. I'd be very shocked.
And that sure as hell
So-
ain't happening. Don't sleep.
My thing is with that game yesterday, like you come in as a 43-point favorite. How do you go down 14 at halftime and win by 1 with all that superpower around you?
Do you remember we were before we started shooting? We were talking about high school basketball. Do you remember Hart?
I remember Hart.
How much were we supposed to beat Hart by?
We were projected to have that
How much? How much do you think we should have beat him? by?
20
How much
plus?
do we think we were going to beat him by?
20 plus,
How much did we beat him by?
like 8.
Not
went to
even
overtime.
It was went to overtime,
Yeah,
and
like
it
6.
came to that down. Why?
I mean, they were longer than us.
No, they weren't. They were smaller than us.
No, there was most of these players. were-
Hart was smaller than us. The whole problem that we had was how we were getting out rebounded. That was the issue. It was like, how are we getting out rebounded by these guys? You want to know why? They were a lot hungrier, number one. Number two, because we didn't get up for that game.
They didn't get up.
We
for-
never
they
got
didn't
up.
get
We were
for
like,
no-
oh, it's Hart, bro. We'll be okay.
They didn't get up.
And
no.
same thing with South Sudan. By the way, South Sudan is long as shit, bro. I don't know if
they
you were
are.
watching those
Yeah, they didn't get up for that.
They're
They didn't.
long as shit, bro.
They'll
It's
be all
hard.
right. They'll be all right.
No, I still think they win gold.
They'll win gold. They'll be all right.
Completely okay, bro.
Let's move on.
Not worried about
Let's go to football. Brandon Aiyuk demanding a trade from the Niners. How big of a deal is it? Actually, basketball boy, you had twice, so what else?
The next time you call me basketball boy, I'm snapping.
We're gonna switch. We're gonna switch to football boy.
I ain't football boy.
I know you are,
I'm
man.
well versed,
I know you are. How big of a deal is it?
bro. That's a huge deal.
Crazy deal.
That's a huge deal. I don't think they're going to lose Brandon Aiyuk. But imagine a world where they do lose him and they have to trade him. They lose their best wide receiver on the team. That's their best wide receiver, right? I think he was like top 7 in yards with the least targets. Like, don't forget, they're not a throwing team, right? Like, they're a run-first team. He has some of the most yards with some of the least targets. They lose him. Now, when we're sitting here arguing about who's the best rosters, now you just lost one of your best positions.
Number one wide receiver.
Yeah, you lost your number one wide receiver because, I mean, listen, Debo's just a gadget guy. That's why they were trying to trade him this summer, because they want to keep Aiyuk. That would be a big deal, bro.
That would be a crazy
That would
deal.
take them out of the Super Bowl for me if they lost Brandon
Really?
Aiyuk. Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa.
Because I think the Lions are going to beat them this year if they're at home. And then if the Eagles, if Nick Sirianni could get his head out of his ass, I think the Eagles could beat Niners too. Think about him without Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah. No.
Debo's isn't like this great route runner who's going to go and, he's a gadget guy again.
Think they'll trade for somebody? Like somebody like.
No, when you trade a guy like that, you usually just trade him for a draft pick because they don't want to pay him the money. They don't want to pay him the money. Brock Purdy would be in trouble. Or, you know, it would be interesting to see, man.
It
Maybe
would.
Brock Purdy would show that he's
number 7.
better than everybody. Maybe he'd show that he's a lot better than he is. What if they lost him and didn't lose a step? Imagine losing your. Why are you looking at me like that, bro?
Then what are you gonna say, yo? Then what are you gonna say?
When are you gonna? What
Can
if
you
he
imagine
did-
if they lost? Let me ask you a question.
Hey,
Can
what
you
if-
imagine if they lost?
You're disgusting, bro.
Why?
You're disgusting. The whole time he's been calling me a basketball boy, and you're letting this man sit here for 2 episodes in a row now and put Brock Purdy at number 7. Okay, I agree with you. No problem. He's underrated. You're letting him for the second straight show sit here and put him at number 7.
Listen.
For the second straight show, you're sitting here and letting him put Brock Purdy at number 7.
It depends on what context he's putting him at number 7.
He's putting him as the 7th best quarterback in the NFL.
I think he was saying last year he played at the 7th best.
No, he didn't. Because
Yeah,
last year he
no,
played number 1. He played like
So
the
we're
best.
gonna give him some time to clarify. Do you think?
No, because he's gonna retract it now.
No, I'm not gonna retract it. No, I still believe that last year. This was we're talking about last year's top 5. He was 7. Yeah, he
I
was
agree
7.
with that. He played the 7th best quarterback.
No, he
last
didn't. He
year.
played like the second best.
No, but throughout
I mean,
throughout
I
the
mean-
games. Yo, we're getting off topic.
No, but if he wants to put him as the
You know
7th
what?
best one,
You,
yeah. If he
We're
wants,
disagreeing with you. We're not disagreeing with
I'm
each
just
other.
saying though.
Yeah.
But I want
Hey,
you guys.
take that whistle from
no,
him.
fuck no.
It's too much power for him, bro.
Go ahead, man.
you don't deserve the power.
Well, I think.
What do you think?
Brandon
Yeah,
Aiyuk-
man.
Aiyuk thing. I think they're gonna keep him. I think he'll be a 49er next year as well. I honestly think, and I think that I agree with Hakeem that it's not gonna. My projection is Brock isn't gonna look great. The only thing I push back on is I don't know if Brandon Aiyuk is more valuable to the 49ers than Deebo Samuel is as a gadget guy. Because we saw them for 3 games last year without Deebo Samuel. It looked like a completely different team, bro. And Brock Purdy looked like a very different quarterback. Very, very different against some bad teams, bro. It looked
But
bad.
we don't know the flip side though. How would the team look without Aiyuk?
We don't know that, but I've seen one of the most loaded rosters, the most loaded roster in the league, take out one guy in Debo who might not be their 4th, 5th best player, and it looked bad, bro.
Here's what I'll say.
That's all I'm saying is it looked
Basketball
bad,
boy,
bro.
let me talk here. Thank you. Let me just say this real quick. I think Debo is a lot more of he's the child of Shanahan. I don't know if every other coach would know how to use Debo like that, bro. Aiyuk will go on any team and he'll put up the numbers that he's put, probably more. What if he had a team that force-fed him and didn't have the least targets on some of these other guys? Like, sure, that's great, man. They look bad without him. But how would they look without Aiyuk, without their deep threat being there? How would they look?
Debo,
know.
he does so much more in the field.
know what I'm
though.
saying?
That's why, like they.
The point is, I've seen it though. I've seen it without Debo. I know what it looks. I know for certain what it looks like without Debo. For certain, I know what it looked like. And by the way, if you lose Aiyuk, this is why Brock is closer to 20 than 5, because we're having a conversation right now of if they lose Aiyuk, it takes them from here to here. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
You have an elite quarterback. Does it do that? No.
But you know what? I can
With a roster like that,
I
it
can
shouldn't
argue.
do that.
Hey, I can argue that can happen with a lot of quarterbacks, though. That
The
lose
elite
their-
ones, it can't.
But anybody in the top 10 to 11, if they lost
The
their
top
second-
10, most of those guys know.
If they lost to number 1,
if they lost their number one wide
most of
receiver,
them, most of them would have happened. to.
don't start losing games.
Lamar Jackson's never played with the number 1 wide receiver. Joe Burrow is not gonna look like Joe
Well,
Burrow.
well,
without-
his number one
If Joe Burrow lost Jamar Chase,
yeah,
yes, I think they'll start losing some games.
100%. What if Joe Burrow played on the 49ers?
And hey, wait,
What if Joe Burrow played on the 49ers?
sure, but just like we talked about last week, it's just not possible. They wouldn't have all those guys. They just wouldn't have those guys.
Okay.
You know what? Here's the thing. Let's have some context too.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure when they lost Debo, they played Cleveland, one of the best defenses. Like, yeah, bro. Like you lose your best wide receiver, you're gonna struggle.
They never lost the best wide receiver. They lost Debo.
But he's one of their best wide receivers. He's arguably one of their first. It's a big part of what they do, right? My whole point is that like
What are you
that,
saying right now? I'm so confused. You
You're
just
sa-
said they lost Debo last year. They didn't lose
Yeah.
Aiyuk.
Yeah,
They
he's saying one of the best.
They
wide
lost
You
receivers.
one
said
of
it's
the best.
arguably 1 or 2.
Yeah,
between him and-
but
between
any
him
team that
and
loses
Aiyuk?
their 1 or their 2 is going to struggle. Their quarterback's going
1
to
and 2
struggle.
wide receiver heady, just like
1 or 2 wide receiver.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
he's arguably 1 or 2 and he gives me the wrong game, how is he not more important to the team than Brandon Aiyuk?
What
is?
I'm trying to tell you,
That's
my
only wide
point,
receivers on
my
the team.
point
That's what he's-
is that any quarterback that loses, whether it's the first or second wide receiver.
He didn't lose. It looked rough. He looked like a 7th round pick.
And it can happen to anybody.
No. I'm not going to let you do that. Blow that fucking whistle. I'm not going to let you do that. No. I'm not going to let you do that,
I'm
bro.
going to introduce something new to this so we don't get off track and you motherfuckers will stop. I'm going to give you 2 minutes.
We got our first official basement battle.
Basement fucking battle, my boy. Give you 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'll go with you, number 1. Hold on 1 second.
So
go ahead.
So here's my thing. I'm trying to argue with you that any quarterback, fuck it, not even the top 10, loses their first or second wide receiver is going to look rough. Now, before you come here and start saying, oh, they looked really bad, who would they play against? I'm pretty sure they played against Cleveland in one of those games. Yes, I promise you, losing one of your best pieces is going to make everybody look good. I promise you that if Hurst lost A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, they'd look really rough. I promise you, if Dak lost C.D. Lamb, they would look really rough. I promise you, if Burrow lost Jamar Chase, they would lose games, bro. Some of these guys are losing games anyways. At the end of the day, bro, like, let's not, now we're at this point with Brock Purdy that we're just trying to take all the credit away from him. Like, he's just out there throwing 5 touchdowns and 15 picks, and they're somehow winning games without him. They were in the Super Bowl last year, and they lost to the fucking best quarterback of all time in some people's eyes, bro. At the buzzer.
100%.
Period, bro. Like, give the guy some credit. People lose their first quarterbacks, they're going to struggle. Period. And it wasn't just when they lost Debo too, they just didn't lose Debo. They also lost Trent Williams in some of those games, man. It wasn't just Debo getting injured and then they fall apart. Yes, guys lose their first wide receiver, second wide receiver, and other pieces. They're not going to look that great. Go ahead and throw it to him, bro. Whatever bullshit he has to say.
Damn, he had 30 seconds to spare.
I don't even need the extra 30 minutes.
He didn't want to use it.
Hey, give basketball boy fucking 3 minutes, man. I don't care.
Go ahead, brother.
They're not even going to know my name at this point.
It's Hattie.
It's basketball boy.
They're not even going to know my name at this point. How much time do I have?
You have 2 minutes, man.
I have 2 minutes, okay. He didn't look rough. He looked like a 7th round pick. You're saying he struggled. I'm not telling you he struggled or they weren't winning games. He looked like a 7th round pick. He had like 113 yards going into the 4th quarter against Cleveland, bro. He didn't just struggle. He looked like a 7th round pick. We were watching that game together.
We were, I remember.
It costed one of our boys a lot of money.
I remember.
A lot of money. It cost us a lot of money that
sure
game.
Did. I remember that game.
It was rough, bro.
It was against Cleveland.
It looked very, very ugly. The point that I'm trying to make, bro, and I didn't want this to turn into a Brock thing, but all of a sudden it did. He's saying they struggled. Okay. There's 15 guys in the league that if I put behind center on San Francisco next year, they stay the same or get better. He keeps going to... Can I ask you a question? Why, when it came to Jalen Hurts, he came to numbers? And he says his numbers aren't good. And then when it came to Brock, he said, oh, but his team wins. But Jalen Hurts took his team to a Super Bowl.
True.
I guarantee you he has Brock around the same area he has Brock as Jalen Hurts does. He ranks them just next to each other. I guarantee you if you ask him, he has it just like that.
Yeah.
The context that I'm trying to provide in this whole discussion is that, number one, we got off track. Deebo Samuel, to me, is more valuable than Brandon Aiyuk on that team. I'm just saying. For me, he's more valuable because he gives me more. He just gives me more on that team. That's all I'm saying, number one. Number two, again, there's 15 guys you put on that team. They're just as good, if not better. And I hate that you keep trying to go back and forth about this. Just fucking admit it, football boy. He's not top 10. And that's all I've ever fucking said. I've never said one time that we should take credit from Brock. I said he's not top 10. And he disagrees, and he agrees, and he keeps disagreeing for no reason.
Shut the fuck up. You're done.
Relax, bro.
You're done.
This guy sniffs.
They do. Niners, they shift when they lose Aiyuk. He's right about the Deebo Samuel thing. He is more valuable because he runs the ball, for deep routes, all that kind of stuff. But as a wide receiver, Aiyuk is better. As a player, like, that does a lot on the field, Deebo. You get what I'm saying? They shift a little bit. But like you said as well, like, you want to see how Brock is going to, like, play without him, which I think he's going to play really,
we don't
really well.
know how they would look without Aiyuk. And you know what? I don't think it's going to happen because they'll probably come back. But we don't know how they would look without you, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. All right.
We gave this guy a fucking whistle, and he thinks he's.
Got that out the way. Jaylen Brown. I don't know you guys seen it. Courtside at that Lakers game, calling Bronny James. He's like not a pro.
This has been pissing me the fuck off all fucking week. You know, Jaylen Brown, you have some consequences coming your way. Because, congrats, man. You called a second rounder not a pro. You know what you didn't look like through 2 games in the summer league? You didn't look like a pro either because you and Bronny.
Don't do that.
Wait. Slow down.
Don't do that.
It's my turn to talk, right? Through 2 games in the summer league, they had similar stats. I am by no way in saying that Bronny got picked in the second round. He's not going to be a pro. He's not projected to be a pro. Congratulations, bro. You are a smart man. You locked it, but you got consequences because you know who is a pro and you know who is the greatest player of all time? LeBron James is. And you know what LeBron James is going to do when they play Boston this year? Him and AD are going to be on the bench whispering to each other. You see that overrated motherfucker on the court? You see that guy that's the worst finals MVP of the last 20 years? He's one of the worst finals MVPs of the last 20 years if you just look at players. Only player he's better than is Iggy and Chauncey Billups. They'd be like, that guy's a bum. I just dropped 40 on him. Because I promise you, dissing the king's son comes with consequences. Jaylen Brown, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Like, you didn't know that people weren't going to catch you sitting. Basically, in Vegas, it's a Lakers game. All they do is cheer for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Stay in the obvious. You're a bum, bro. You're a bum. You're insignificant in basketball, bro. You are, bro. It pissed me the fuck off.
No, man.
It pissed me the fuck off. You're the worst finals MVP of the last 20 years. You look the same exact way. You know what I bet? I bet you right now if they ask Jaylen Brown and they ask Bronny to dribble with their left hand up and down the court, Bronny will look better. Fucking bum. Go ahead, bro. Take it.
I'm so confused.
Pissed me off, man. Jaylen Brown pisses me off.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. He hates the Celtics. He hates Jaylen Brown, and he loves the Lakers. That's all it is, and just it kind of like
Hey, he's
mixed
saying
in
the
together.
What did
obvious.
Jaylen Brown say?
He said that.
He said, he's not a
you know,
pro.
but you know what he said? He said that I don't
Doesn't
think
look
he's
like
a pro,
right.
and I think he's only on the Lakers because of his name.
Okay.
And then by the way,
How much do you disagree with that?
I don't disagree with that at all.
Not at all.
But it's disrespectful
To who?
to LeBron.
True, LeBron is his God.
Yup.
Astaghfirullah, who's
Hey, by the
LeBron
way,
to him?
it's a brotherhood in the NBA, bro. What are you trying to do?
It's a brotherhood in
It's
the
a
NBA.
brotherhood, bro.
It's the same brotherhood that's gonna be like, this is fucking bum. He's the worst finals MVP in 20 years. That's the same brotherhood.
Yep. You know what? Hey,
Get the camera on him.
I
the
hope,
camera on.
I hope. You know what?
Yeah.
I hope the next time that Lakers play Boston, and I'm save this video. LeBron's gonna go off against them.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait till that happens when the Lakers are 35-34 by that point and Boston is 50-15. And I can't wait. You know what's crazy is LeBron will never be able to take it out on Jaylen Brown. You don't know why? Because Jaylen Brown will probably be in the NBA Finals next year, probably. And LeBron more than likely won't be.
They gotta play each other in the regular season.
Oh man, yeah, and then when the Lakers are again 35-34, and the Boston Celtics are 55-14, and they take it out on Jaylen Brown, it's gonna look crazy. And when Bronny probably won't be on the team, it's a chance he won't be on the team.
He never said anything.
All he
wrong,
said
bro.
was
it's right.
All
But
he
it's
said was,
disrespectful,
listen, from the
bro.
beginning of this
He's naming
topic,
the obvious.
from the beginning of this topic, you guys made no sense, bro. Can I ask you guys a question? If we were sitting out in public one day and somebody put a camera on us and we didn't know it was on us, and they caught some of the shit that we've said and that you've said and that everybody's ever said, how bad would it be?
Horrible.
How bad would it get?
Horrible.
How many of us would have jobs?
None of us.
How many of us, our family members, would still own us? How many? So you're mad because they caught him talking in private to 2 people he was with at the game saying, hey, he doesn't look like a pro. Bro, he didn't look like a pro. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not a pro. I'm saying he looked at him and said he doesn't look like a pro. Yeah, he was fucking 0 of 13 at that point. He didn't look like a pro.
The difference.
No, he's right.
No, listen. We know he's not a pro. The difference is
Then the conversation is dead.
The difference is
it's
that
dead. It's dead, bro. If you agree with him, it's dead.
You're heady.
If you agree with him, your whole thing is, oh, he offended LeBron.
Yeah, bro.
So that's a problem now.
Fuck yeah.
What is he, your dad?
No, and he offended Bronny.
So he's LeBron is your dad?
Nope.
I'm not understanding what's the issue.
Listen, the problem is that you're heady. He's Jaylen Brown courtside at a game, bro. That when he knows people are gonna catch what he's saying, bro. What is he saying it for?
So he knew in that exact moment that he said that the cameras are on him.
The camera, hey, Eddie, the camera was legit.
Come on,
pointing
bro.
at
It's
his
on him
face.
the whole time. On and off. It's
Hey.
Jaylen. He thinks he's insignificant, but we have the Finals MVP in the house, bro.
I get it.
The cameras are gonna be on him.
100%.
Yes, of course. And you know that, and then you come out and say that.
And so now you can't talk because the camera is on you.
And stand on business. Stand on business, because when they asked
He
him about
said he
it
doesn't
after,
look like a pro.
No, stand on business.
Did he look like a pro that game?
No, he didn't. Jaylen Brown didn't either through 2 games either. And he didn't look through 2 games in Summer League. He didn't look like a pro either. What are you stating, bro? You're stating the obvious. He's not going to be a pro. And if he is,
So you're
it's a
mad at the
plus.
guy for stating the obvious?
No.
You're mad that he offended LeBron.
No.
Which is kind of scary for a grown
I'm mad.
man to big up another.
I'm
Be
mad.
like, oh, I'm so sorry,
No.
LeBron.
No.
I'm so
No, no,
sorry.
no, no.
This
I'm
is
mad.
You know, this is all you're doing right now.
I'm
Is saying he
mad.
offended LeBron.
No.
And you have a problem with him offending
I'm
LeBron.
mad for him being disrespectful. He's sitting
Hakeem,
courtside.
these cameras are recorded, bro.
Yes, he knows. Yes,
So your whole point right now is he offended LeBron.
No,
and he shouldn't have done that.
he offended
It's your
Bronny.
whole point. Who the fuck is LeBron, bro? I'm a grown man.
It's his dad.
He's the GOAT.
It's his dad.
And he's my GOAT. And he's my hero. He's my hero growing up, bro. You guys know how I
You
feel
don't
about
find it
LeBron.
disrespectful?
But bro, he's not. He's a grown man. I'm a grown man, bro. I'm staying
no,
the opinion.
you don't find it that disrespectful?
Since when are you an advocate of somebody holding their opinion not to offend another grown man?
Eddie,
Fuck that,
you
bro.
don't think it's
I'm staying the opinion.
Yeah, you don't think it's disrespectful for him to sit there and say that when he knows that people?
No, because odds are he's going to go into Staples Center or Crypto Arena next year and probably have 25 that game, and they're probably going to win. Probably.
It is what it is, bro. I just thought it was disrespectful. I thought he was stating the obvious. And listen, you know what? Sure.
To who?
He was-
To
Disrespectful
Bronny and LeBron, bro.
By saying what?
Calm down. Calm down. You guys are good? You guys are fine? He's right. It was like stating the obvious, but you see these NBA players when they're talking and they don't want the cameras to hear them, they can always go put their hand over their mouth, not let them hear it.
No, that's stupid, bro.
No, it's not though.
Like you want to sit like this?
Can I
for
ask
2
you a
hours?
No,
question?
no, but with that,
Eddie, can I ask you-
hold on.
I wanna ask him a question.
I'm gonna let you ask him a question. Let me finish. You can always do that. But in that specific moment, he's seen like the camera was legit. Right? I mean, it's not all the time. It's on him. It's on the game as well.
I mean, we're trying to jump in a guy's mind right now and tell him
No,
this is what you. We are. Don't
He
say
was-
no. We're saying, hey,
I'm not-
Jaylen Brown, you knew the cameras were on you, so next time don't say that.
no.
Can I ask you
Yes.
a question?
I'm not agreeing with him.
Can I ask you a
That's
question?
not
exactly
agreeing
what
with
we're
him.
saying
Can I
right
ask
now.
you a question?
Ask me.
How bad would it have been if, let's just say, LeBron wasn't playing against Boston next year, and he's sitting on the bench, and Jaylen Brown's having a really bad game. Really bad game. Let's just say he's 0 for 10. It could happen for a bum like Jaylen Brown, anyways. And then he goes over to the guy in the next to him, whoever it could be, one of the bums that the Lakers will have on their bench. He said, "Yeah, bro, I really think that Jaylen Brown is really overrated." Would that be disrespectful or not?
No.
It wouldn't be disrespectful?
No.
It wouldn't be the only thing people would be talking about.
But for a long time, it would because it's LeBron.
But it's
100%.
disrespectful. But then you have
And
the
the only
final-
reason why this is a conversation is because it's LeBron's.
And it's the finals
That's
MVP
why.
saying it, though.
100%.
And by the way, yeah, he knows the camera's going to be. Every time Bronny would take a shot, they're shooting it to Jaylen to see.
Have
what
you
he
ever been at a
says.
game, NBA game, or a WNBA game? That's
Yeah.
not how the cameras work.
No, it's not a WNBA game. It was a Summer League game.
That's not how it works, though.
Petty.
They don't bring the camera to your face. It's
It was-
far, and they zoom in on
It
your
was
face when they see you.
disrespectful, bro. I thought it was
To
disrespectful.
who?
To Bronny and to.
It's not disrespectful to Bronny. It's basketball analysis, bro. He's watching the. He's
To
the finals
say-
fucking MVP. He knows more
Listen.
basketball than me and you.
It wasn't-
He's forgotten more
it
basketball than me.
wasn't-
You could forget.
It wasn't
bro.
disrespectful for
and
him
he's
to
saying
say
that he doesn't look like a pro, and
it
he didn't
wasn't
look like a
disrespectful
pro.
for him to say he wasn't a pro, and the only reason that he's on the course is because he's LeBron's son.
But you
That's-
said that.
No, I
But
said
you
that.
said that,
That's
though.
different. They're in the NBA, bro. That's disrespectful.
To who?
You see, to
It's
Bronny,
his opinion, bro.
To Bronny and to LeBron to say that
It's
he's
his
only,
opinion, bro.
That is his opinion. Yo.
it's disrespectful.
You want me to hold my opinion?
No,
but
of
I'm
course
a
not.
fucking
It's disrespectful.
Hakeem, listen,
Listen,
bro. You
he
sound
did-
like a fucking child right now,
It's
bro. I'm
disrespectful.
a grown fucking man. I'm gonna hold my opinion with the people that I came to the game with. Because another grown man might get offended, bro?
Hey, then don't be.
Are you fucking serious?
Then you know what, Jaylen? Don't be offended because Team USA didn't put you on the team. They thought that you were too overrated. Don't be offended by it.
But that's
and
not a
don't
grown
talk
man
about
versus
it
a
all the
grown
time.
man now.
It is.
Now you're stripping
It's
credentials
Grant
from
Hill.
me, bro.
It's Grant Hill. Yeah, and he's stripping credentials away from.
No,
Brown
he's not.
too.
He doesn't look like an NBA player.
And neither did Jaylen Brown through 2 games, bro.
But Jaylen Brown should have been on the Olympic team. He's not better than Tyrese Halliburton.
Then don't feel disrespected about it then. Don't say that he can't feel disrespected
You're
about it.
comparing someone holding you from Team USA to me giving an opinion saying, hey, this kid doesn't look like an athlete, doesn't look like an NBA player.
You weren't good enough for it.
Yo,
You're nuts,
done.
bro.
obviously,
You sound like such a fucking child right now,
obviously
bro.
that subject was more touchy than it was.
Damn, basketball news this week was.
It was a lit
We
week.
had a lot of news going through.
It was a lit week. A lot of good stories.
Got me fired up.
Got your ass fired up. Got your ass fired up. You guys went at it over. I love it. I love it, wallah. I'm gonna introduce a new segment to the show called Sniff the Bullshit.
What the hell, Sniff? The only bullshit I see is this guy sitting across me. What the hell, Sniff the bullshit?
Why you gotta throw shots at him, man? Why?
You know, I don't know. He's been pissing me off lately, bro.
I've been getting a lot of comments on the videos saying that all bullshit we talk about, all bullshit. Your boy, basketball boy, he's gonna give out 4 things, and we're gonna sniff the bullshit. We're gonna see which one is right, which one is wrong. Go ahead, boss.
Number 1. In their primes, Giannis is better than Steph. So if you just take primes of each one. Number 2. If Tom Brady doesn't get drafted by the Patriots, he's not a top 5 quarterback of all time. Number 3. I would rather have Caleb Williams for the next 10 years instead of CJ Stroud. And number 4, LeBron and AD are still the best duo in the NBA.
Damn.
One of them is bullshit. The 3 of them are fact.
You go first, man. Sniff that bullshit out, man.
Man, that second. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady not being top 5 quarterback in the league if he didn't get drafted by the Patriots. I still think he would be the GOAT because even without the Patriots, like he went to a different team and won. You know what I'm saying? So if he got drafted by a different team, whatever the case may be, I still think his greatness would have showed and he still would have been on top. That's what I'm.
It's a good pick. Good pick.
I'm always
not mad at
going
it.
like back and forth with that. And
The
CJ
only
Stroud
bullshit I
thing.
heard over the last 10 minutes was all of that right there.
No,
Not
not
mad
at
at
all.
it.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
Knowing you, I think of those.
Have some respect when you talk. Have some respect when
I
you
respect you, bro.
I respect
I
you too.
respect you too, bro. Listen, I call you basketball boy out of love.
talk. It wasn't a basketball boy thing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
just saying when it comes to this, have some respect.
Yo, he's starting to know some shit. He's starting to like.
No, he knows.
He knows.
He knows some shit, but I'm his dad in football, so he has to respect me.
Damn.
You're my grandson in basketball.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
So why don't you have a sport named after you?
Because I'm that versatile.
Or you're that versatile.
I'm just keen, baby.
LeBron James into
I'm
you're
just
that
keen,
versatile.
bro.
Go ahead, man.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
keen.
Go ahead.
This is a tough one,
That
bro.
is no.
Because I think you would still be a top. I think you believe that. I think that he wouldn't be a top 5 quarterback if he didn't get. I think he'd be great. I think you would rather have Caleb over Stroud is the bullshit because we don't know what Stroud's going to be.
Final answers?
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. But
Yeah.
the Tom Brady thing just like threw me
Yeah,
off.
but so
no,
what is
that's
what's
fine.
the
Final
bullshit?
answer? The bullshit is number 3. I would rather have Caleb Williams for the next 10 years instead of CJ Stroud.
That was right, bro.
I believe in my heart of heart that Giannis was a better player than Steph in their absolute primes. Number 2, I don't believe Tom Brady would be. I was going to put, we have this topic coming up, so I don't want to get too much into it. I was going to put top 10, but out of respect, I said, you know what? I'll put top 5.
Holy shit!
And number 4, LeBron and AD are the best duo in the NBA. I don't think it's hard to argue that at this point who the best duo is. There's not a lot of trios anymore, so it's like the best duo is 2 guys is LeBron and AD. But after what I saw from CJ Stroud last year, bro, and how conventionally he did it, and how sure I am that he's a surefire great quarterback by every meaning of the word great, I'd definitely rather have him over
The
Caleb
only
Williams.
reason I got to go back
More
at
surefire.
this, I agree with the duo thing for LeBron and AD. That's fine and dandy. The Giannis and Steph thing, Giannis is in his prime right now, essentially, right?
He is.
Like-
But what I was saying at their absolute peak is Giannis's championship. Was his absolute peak as an NBA player.
And
I think he could carry a team better.
Which Curry championship?
Pick him. There wasn't a single championship that Curry won that was more impressive than the Giannis one. So pick him.
You know
Whichever
where I'm
one you
getting
want.
with Giannis, though? He's definitely better in his prime than Steph. I'm starting to get with Giannis a little bit that does his game translate to championships all the time? You know, he had that one, right? But like, he hasn't got back there. Like, that's the only thing I question.
He's been
about.
hurt though.
Yeah, like
That's a big part of it.
But let me go
It's
to
hard
your
get back there when you're not on the court.
Let me go to your bullshit. How do you know? And let me tell you why. Because Caleb hasn't played a snap yet.
100%.
And if you look at Caleb and what he did in college, not take away stats. Like when I do this with like quarterbacks coming up that haven't played,
Yeah.
I just like looking at their plays and like what I think could translate. That guy is the closest I've seen that I could be like, that kind of looks like Patty a little bit. What if he came out and looked like Patty and dominated, bro?
My answer to that would be that Caleb might not be the best college quarterback you've ever seen. Johnny Manziel looked great in college. Baker Mayfield looked amazing in college.
True.
We see what they turn out to be. But CJ Stroud is the best rookie quarterback I've ever seen.
Same. I agree with
So that's what I'm saying. And the way he did it wasn't unconventional. It wasn't, hey, we got to play a specific offense to this guy. We got to run it through the Wildcat. We got to play a college-style offense, or he's great running the ball, or he's great. It was conventional, bro. It was in the pocket, and he could run when he needed to, but it was in the pocket, bro. It was diming. It was reading defenses. It was reading schemes. It was exactly what you need your quarterback to be.
That kid's unbelievable.
With
man.
athleticism.
That kid's unbelievable.
That's why I'm saying, for me, if you're telling me, hey, you could get Caleb and you got to figure out what he is, or you could take CJ Stroud right now. They're the same age, basically. I'm taking CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
My thing with that is that Caleb was 10 times better than those other guys that you named. Like Johnny
But the point that I'm
Manziel-
trying to make, he's not the greatest college quarterback ever. Nobody's ever called him that. Is
but
the
those
point that I'm trying to
traits
make.
he has, man. So what if Caleb came out and by the way, the Chicago Bears have been pathetic just on offense for the last 10, 15 years.
Just because of their quarterback. Their roster is really good offensively.
But
It's just because of their quarterback.
I know. What I'm trying to say, like just historically, the Bears haven't had a great quarterback in forever.
Right.
What if he came out next year and did what Stroud did? I would rather have Caleb. Because he does more on the field.
What he needs to do to get to the level of CJ Stroud in his very first year is get them to the NFC Championship game.
Or the same thing.
No, because he lost to the Ravens. Depending on who Caleb loses to, yes, you're right. Depending on who he loses to get there, yes. Do you have them being one game away from the NFC Championship this year? They might.
Nobody had the Texans. You never know.
Don't cop out.
You never know.
But don't cop out. I'm saying, do you have them?
No, but nobody had the Texans either, though.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
My whole point is though,
But who's a bigger surprise?
who would be a bigger surprise?
Texans.
The Texans would be.
Or a
but
bigger surprise is why? Because the roster is so much better in Chicago.
I wouldn't be shocked if Caleb, if he didn't have the winning, but as a quarterback, came out there and looked really fucking good, bro. And if he does go out there and has a really good year, I would take one with Stroud, because the only thing I disagree about Stroud with you is that Stroud isn't a runner or a guy that's really great on throwing on the run. I mean, Caleb, man, you look at some of these highlights, bro, you're just like, bro, where did that come from?
Yeah, but that's college.
Where
though.
did that, but
That's-
and
Exactly.
even
We'll
in
see that
college,
against.
though,
We'll see that against.
Yeah.
When Fred Warner is running at you, let's see if it translates
Yeah,
the
it's
same
college.
exact.
Once
Fred Warner running at
You
anybody's
can't
gonna
play
be, bro.
how you play.
But that's what I'm saying is let's see it the same way though. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
bro.
saying.
I'm cool with that, but
I'm cool with that too. I can't believe about the Tom Brady thing. Of him not being.
What does Tom Brady do better than anybody ever?
five quarterback.
What does he do better as a quarterback than anybody ever? Nothing. Like your look on your
He
blank
wins.
look, the blank look on your face is nothing.
But what kind of question is that? What like?
Oh, it's a great question.
No, man.
we're gonna talk about it soon. We're gonna talk about it soon.
We're gonna talk about it soon. You said top 5 though, man.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like how many championships do you think he ends up with if he doesn't get drafted to the Patriots? If you say 7, you just don't know football. You really don't know football. at that
I
point.
don't know that though.
You know that,
No,
bro.
I don't know that though.
Okay.
Hey,
So
one
you
thing,
think Tom ends up with 7 if he's not drafted on the Patriots?
What team would he get drafted by? Let's just say put another team.
the Packers?
Packers. That's a good
If you
one.
switch him and A-Rod,
He'd end up with 4 or 5.
But that doesn't make him the
4 or
GOAT.
5.
4 or 5. He'll end up with 4 or 5.
That doesn't make him
But
the
then
GOAT.
you can
though.
now we can argue is he top 5?
No, he would be top 5, but he wouldn't be the
No,
GOAT.
because Peyton Manning's 2 would be more impressive than his 4 at that point. The only reason
Before
why
I
we
forget-
have Tom over Peyton Manning right now is because of 7.
But hey,
Let's be real with each other.
but hey,
Because of 7.
but with the duo thing, let's
Yeah.
go back to that real quick.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I'm a Lakers fan, so I might. LeBron at 40 and AD. Who's the second best duo? Let's do that.
Tatum and Brown.
Oh yeah, they're better than those bums. Yeah, I'm good with you, bro. Yeah, because I mean, yeah.
What the hell?
I can't trust Tatum.
Maybe Luka and Kyrie, but I mean,
No,
I'm
they're-
giving the edge to the team that won the
AD is
championship.
10 times better than Kyrie, bro, on the
Right.
court. Yeah.
No. I'm saying that might be who people go to second. But I think I'd take Tatum and Brown over Luka and Kyrie at this point. Kyrie at 33. Yeah, I'll take Tatum and Brown.
Over Luka and Kyrie?
Yeah, for
I
the
know
next
this.
10 years.
I know this
absolutely.
guy way too well, and I know what what that bullshit was really quick. I smelt it.
I mean,
I know him really well. I got that one right. Do I get a point
You
for
get
that?
a point, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
1-0. Right now, he's leading you 1-0.
This guy heard fucking Tom Brady, and that's all he heard. He didn't even hear your last two.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody would hear that. If you're gonna say not top 5, then get drafted by the Patriots, like,
100%.
I don't know.
out of here, man. Speaking of that shit, he said he was gonna come back and coach in 2025. I don't want to go out and say what my percentage of him and Tom Brady is. I'm gonna ask you, what do you think the percentage of it is?
I want to hear you first. You're the Patriots guy here. What do you think?
Out of respect for Bill Belichick, as arguably the greatest coach of all time,
It's the most
but
fun.
he wouldn't be the greatest coach of all time without Tom Brady. Anyways, I'd say it's a 60-40, Tom.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Whoa, I'm
yeah. It
surprised.
toned down a little bit. I was gonna say 70-30, 80-20. No,
Nah, say it with your chest.
One
What do
second,
you-
one second. Let me do this.
Yeah.
In your heart of hearts, no cameras on. We're in the basement right now. What's the actual
We're going
percentage
back in
your
history in the
heart of
basement right now.
hearts?
70-30.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I've heard a
70-30.
lot worse than that, but okay.
No, 70-30. No, actually, my heart to heart. Well, no, honestly, well, it's actually 70-30.
Okay.
Okay.
I
70-30.
respect that ish.
Why it's 70-30?
Ish.
With that tandem with Bill and Tom, you can go back and forth. You can go ahead and say that the Patriots wouldn't have 6 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Tom, and the Patriots wouldn't have 6 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Bill. But no. That's a fact, man. Don't look at me like that. That's a proven fact. But once Tom left and signed with the Bucks, for those 3 years that he was on there, took the Bucks that were at the bottom of the barrel. No, they're at the bottom of the barrel to 3 playoff appearances and a Super Bowl win at 42. Once Tom left from the Patriots, they didn't see a winning season since Tom left. That should be like one of the most easiest things, like just to see, just to like when we watch the football, like, bro, he won without him. Tom won a Super Bowl without him. I can't believe you're gonna sit here and say like that percentage isn't what it's supposed to be at 70-30 or 60-40, whatever the case may be. It's always an upper edge for Tom, not for Bill, because, like I said, he proved that he won without him. He didn't need him to win. The Patriots organization is not shit without Tom Brady. I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if there was a different coach and it was the same position where Tom was on the Patriots, the way it is, just without Bill, would have been a very similar result. Without Bill, they would have won. They would have won less. I'm gonna say that. I'm giving him his flowers. But very, very similar results. He still would have had 6. He still would have been a GOAT. But not that impressive, if that makes sense.
Who would still have 6? I'm sorry.
Tom would have 6.
Still 6.
Not the schemes of like what Belichick, Bill is. That defensive mind, that genius on the sideline.
Bro, I know you're sick, I know that like he's been a little sick this
Under
week.
the weather.
I know that you've been like taking some meds. What the fuck you on, bro?
No, man, I'm standing on business,
You know,
my boy.
the fact that you guys call me basketball boy on this podcast is wild.
I'm standing on business.
That's
I might
wild,
take.
bro.
I'll
standing
think of
on
it.
business, man.
He's standing on business.
I'm standing
Can
on
I answer
business.
him real quick?
You can ask
I
anybody
wanna
else.
answer him real
You
quick.
go. No,
and
you
then
take-
because you're the football boy on the podcast, you can go last.
Go ahead, man.
Don't tell me no. I'm not.
No, you're football boy. Come prove it to me that you're not. Physically, come do it. Come do it.
No, you're a big boy, bro.
Listen, I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead and ask me that question, but I want to ask you first. What is the percentage between Tom and Bill? What do you think that
50,
percentage?
to me, 50-50. To me, I'm
Really?
50-50. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Does Bill?
You truly believe that?
Yeah, I swear to God, I
You
do.
truly believe it's 50-50?
In my heart of hearts, I believe
No
it's 50-50.
cameras here. You think it's 50-50?
50-50.
That's not true. You know that's not true.
What do you mean?
No, he's.
I've never given you guys a percentage.
Okay.
No, whenever we used to argue about that, you'd always put Tom ahead of Bill.
100%.
The ball is his. I'm
But right
sorry.
now,
I just wanted
you're
to make
asking me-
sure.
I'm going 50-50.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I'm
Go
going
ahead.
50-50. You said he took a down-rotten team in Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay, everybody understands, had one of the best rosters in the league, but they had Jameis Winston behind center. And now they have Tom Brady behind center. Very big difference. Nobody's saying Jameis Winston is Tom Brady. But they had one of the best rosters in the league. Let's just not make it seem he walked into the Detroit Lions and turned them into a Super Bowl. That's not what happened, bro. Number one. Number two. You said Tom will finish with 6, right? All right. Let me tell you how I know you're capping. If Aaron Rodgers would have got drafted to the Patriots, the New England Patriots, how many Super Bowls do you think they end up with? Be honest.
The same year?
Be honest, same years. You take Aaron Rodgers and you throw him on the Patriots and you give him Bill for 20 years. How many Super Bowls do you think he ends up with?
Yeah, see, I always had Tom over Aaron. Even
That's
during
not what
those
I'm
years.
asking.
I know. I'm getting to the answer. 3, 4?
3 or 4?
Yeah.
You think he wins 3 or 4?
3 or 4.
Why?
He's not the quarterback that Tom is.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Like, what does that Tom do? So, this is the point that I'm trying to make. Right now, your answer was stupid. Because let me tell you why. Patrick Mahomes wins 7. Aaron Rodgers wins 7. Peyton Manning wins 5 or 6. Let me keep going. Brett Favre would have came away with 3 or 4.
Okay.
Joe Montana would have had 5 or 6.
Okay.
These are all guys that would have had 5, 6 championships playing in that system.
I get it.
Okay?
I get it.
What Tom Brady is to me is the greatest system quarterback of all time. And I don't mean that in a negative way. What I mean is the system was already there built for him to take over. It's not what Patrick Mahomes is. It's not what Aaron Rodgers is. To me, those guys are better, quote unquote, not greater, better quarterbacks than Tom Brady is. But they didn't have the same situation. They walk into the league with the best defense, one of the best defenses of all time. Right away is what they inherit. And they inherit the greatest coach of all time. I guarantee you their careers look different. Your math ain't mathing. If you're saying 60-40, that means you'd have to strip away 40% of his championships. And now he's at 4. And now at 4, you can't say, oh, Tom is the GOAT. Because now what we do is we got to take Joe Montana's 4 and line them up against Tom Brady's 4, and Joe Montana's are going to look better. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take Patty Mahomes and say, you won 4 in 5 years.
We're not comparing
6
that.
years.
We're
almost.
not comparing that, though.
1 second. We are.
No, we're not.
The point that I'm trying to make. Catch up, bro.
I'm catching up.
with what I'm saying.
I'm catching up.
The point that I'm trying to make, bro, is that the reason why it's 50-50 and not 60-40 or 70-30 like you're saying is because there's a lot of other quarterbacks I could plug into that same system and I'm going to get 5 or 6 out of them. That's the point that I'm trying to make. But there aren't systems where I could go to and plug a coach and be like, yalla, give me 5 or 6. Other than Patrick Mahomes. Maybe. And that's why I'm saying it's 50-50. That's why I'm saying it's 50-50. Because the Super Bowl without Bill Belichick, yes, it was not a good look. And everything that happened with Bill after that, you're 100% right, not a good look. And that's where it brings me back to 50-50. He doesn't look good without Tom. I'm being honest. He just doesn't look good. And the organization is down rotten without him. It is. It's been down rotten without him. It's not like they're competitive and almost right there, but if we just, no, bro, they look terrible.
They don't look good without Tom, but Tom looked good without Bill.
No, he looked good on one of the best rosters. And let's add these conversations, Ali.
You gotta add context
is the
to
point
it?
that I'm trying to make all the time with you. They have nuances, bro. There's context to be added. It's not just, oh, this happened, so that means that. No, bro, it's more nuanced than that. He went to one of the best rosters in the league and won a Super Bowl. Congratulations, bro. What I'm saying is, and I'm just going to leave it here and then I'm going to give it to Football Boy. If I look at the 5, 6 greatest quarterbacks after Tom and I line them up, all of them have a very similar career that Tom had in that same system. All of them end up in the GOAT conversation, one by one. Dan Marino does, John Elway does, Joe Montana does, Aaron Rodgers does, Peyton Manning does, Patrick Mahomes does. There's none of these guys you can line up with Tom and be like, you know what? This is why Tom is better. I'm so sorry. I don't want to go over time. And I know I'm eating into your time. But can I do this real quick? I just need a couple minutes.
Go ahead.
We posted that Tom Brady video and that Patrick Mahomes video. And I had a lot of people coming up to me and be like, hey, bro, I don't know what you're talking about with the Tom Brady. Let me tell you why he's better. And you know the answers that I heard? And if I'm lying, he's right here. He wins better.
Nobody is.
That was the answer. He wins better. Oh, why? Oh, because he closes a game out better. Oh, no, but the numbers tell me otherwise. No, but he reads routes better. But how? But Patrick Mahomes has a better completion percentage. It's just Tom, bro.
Say it again louder, though.
It's just Tom,
Say
bro.
it again, though, to the people that keep on
What
saying
is it? What is it? What is it that he does better?
No,
Give me
16
something
years.
on the football field that we can look at. You're going to, with your heart of hearts, tell me if I lined up and I walked into a big-ass open gym right now and saw Tom on one side and Aaron Rodgers on one side and I didn't know their names. You're going to look at here and tell me, yeah, Tom looks better? That guy looks better than that guy? How?
Amen.
How?
I know that
He's played, again, with worse offensive lines. He's played with worse weapons. He's won a Super Bowl doing that. He's better off the run. He's a more accurate quarterback. He has a bigger arm. He's smarter. What is it? What is it? The game-winning drives? What is it? What is it that you can look at and be like, yup, he's better than Aaron Rodgers. Give me it. And we're definitely not going to do it with Patrick Mahomes. If we're not doing it with Aaron Rodgers, we're definitely not going to fucking do it with Patty Mahomes.
So-
Go ahead.
so,
Football, boy.
hey,
Not bad for basketball, boy.
So one of these episodes, I'm going to strip the basketball boy nickname off of Hattie. He has to get there, but week by week, he's chipping away at it.
The next time you say I'm smacking you in the mouth, how does that
seriously,
sound?
man.
That'll strip it away
Actually
real quick,
fits him.
wouldn't it?
It does. The basketball boy does fit him, but
bro, his knowledge.
it's now. It is what it is. But I'm going to strip it away from
He
you.
knows a
one
lot
these
of
days.
shit, man.
All right, so let me answer
I told you it
this.
was going to take me 1 year to learn football.
Let me.
I told you it was
I'll
going
answer
to take
this
me 1
question.
year.
My percentage split between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is 55-45. It's the same thing as 50-50. It is
55
what it
who?
is. It's 55 Tom, 45 Bill. This discussion about this percentage split, it baffles me with Patriots fans. Because like they turn their back on Bill. Let's talk about something real quick. I'm going to state this very clearly. There is no Tom Brady without Bill Belichick, and there's no Bill Belichick without Tom Brady.
100%.
100,000%.
100%.
Let me explain to you why. Tom Brady didn't walk into the NFL as this amazing quarterback. Tom Brady needed some help in his first couple Super Bowls to win. Like he wasn't out here throwing for fucking 4 touchdowns. And like there was some of these games that he didn't throw even touchdowns in to win the Super Bowl. So imagine Tom Brady's first part of his career without the guidance and the defense. Put everything aside, Bill Belichick is the greatest defensive coach. Imagine a world where Tom Brady isn't able to walk in to that Patriots team and not have to worry about the other team not scoring over like 15 points a game. Imagine a world where Tom Brady would have to walk in the beginning of his career and feel like he has to be what Patrick Mahomes was in the beginning of his Super Bowls and what like A-Rod has looked great in the beginning. So just based off of that, with him not looking all that great in his first 3 rings, take away the fact that he won a Super Bowl against the Rams where they didn't score. Like that has to be talked about. Without Bill Belichick, there is no Patriot way.
100%.
Bill Belichick was so great and is still great because the Patriot way didn't leave Tom out of it. Tom Brady had to go by the Patriot way. If you didn't follow what Bill said, it didn't matter. It wasn't like Tom Brady was a special guy with the Patriots. He treated them all of them the same, and that helped Tom Brady. He needed that help. He needed that defense on his side. Again, the guy's the greatest defensive coach of all time. So let's just imagine a world that he doesn't walk in without a great defense throughout his whole tenure. But then you can also say it's the same fact, though. There's a lot of Super Bowls where Tom, in some years where Tom was leading those teams, but there was a lot more years where it was because Bill's defense was so great and the other team wasn't scoring as much and Tom didn't have to lead those teams. Like, you can argue in some of those Super Bowls, he looked like Brock Purdy sometimes, right? Like, that's my whole point, is that he looked more like Brock Purdy in some of these Super Bowls compared to like a Patrick Mahomes. So when he brings up the point that what would happen if some of these other guys were put up in those same situations as Tom, yes, what would have happened if A-Rod, being great off the cup, would be with the Patriots? Maybe he wouldn't have 7, but my man, he would have a lot more than 1. He would have a lot more. He would have 4 or 5.
That's exactly what I said.
But now think about Tom being on another team where he doesn't have as much help on the defensive end as these other guys. Yes, he wouldn't win 7, bro. Again, there's no Tom Brady without Bill, and there's no Bill without Tom. I think this is very important. I think it's very, very, very weak to use what happened after they split up. And let me explain to you why, Hattie, before you start looking. Because when I'm a free agent and I'm a quarterback, I get to choose where I go. I get to choose the perfect situation. Tom went to a team that was top 5 in offense with Jameis fucking Winston, the guy that's squinting who couldn't see on the field. So he put himself in a position that he knew he can succeed in. It's not like he went to the Lions, who sucked at that time, and helped him win a Super Bowl. It's not like he went to the Jags, who sucked, and won a Super Bowl with them. He went to a team that he knew he could succeed in. He won a championship. That's great. Bill doesn't have the luxury of repicking his whole roster again after Tom leaves. Bill doesn't have the luxury of putting, all right, cool, I'll take Tom and I'll switch it with another elite quarterback or somebody in that stature. So yeah, I think it's weak. If all you can point to about the credit is what happened after, talk about what happened when they were together. Talk about what happened when they were going through those runs together. And Tom needed that defense to play that they did throughout his whole career. And Bill needed Tom to be the fucking GOAT that he is right now to get to 7 rings. But if you think that Tom would still have 7 rings without Bill Belichick, you are 100% wrong. I'll leave this with this. There's never been a coach in any sport that is going to be considered one of the top 3 coaches of all time without having great players. Phil Jackson had Kobe and Michael and Shaq. Andy Reid has Pat now. Like, yeah, bro, you can't just point to say, oh yeah, well now he has Mac Jones. By the way, he took Mac Jones to a playoffs, right? Like now he has Mac Jones. Now let's compare it. Let's compare Tom with one of the best wide receiving cores. Huh? They went to a playoffs one year. I hope I'm right, but yes, they went to a playoffs.
No, they did not.
They went to a playoffs the year that Mac Jones did. They did. So again, don't be lazy and don't use what happened after. Look at what happened when they were together. Again, 55-45. There ain't no Tom.
I'm going to push back
Bill.
on the last 5%. It's not lazy because all they lost was Tom. They were from competitive to garbage. And all they lost was Tom. All they lost.
Yeah, they
didn't
lost,
lose 4, 5, 6 players
they
at once.
lost the
They
GOAT.
lost time and it didn't do this. It went like this.
But okay, so my question though is, if Tom would have went to the Detroit Lions and he struggled,
Instead of 1-15, they'd be 3-13.
like that's my whole point. Like everybody tries to act like it was like the most miraculous thing that he went to the Bucs and they won a Super Bowl. Yeah, he went to a team that had that. Like he's smart. He's a smart
100%.
guy. He's a smart guy. It looks bad. Of course, it looks bad.
100%.
Bill can't hold a job without Tom. And guess what? You know who can't hold a job if Patrick Mahomes left Kansas City?
No, Andy Reid has been good.
Maybe offensively. That's the best defensive coach of all time.
You know why I asked you to give it back to me real quick?
Because he's going to say the same thing about Brock.
I swear to God,
I already knew it.
on everything I love,
I already knew you
on
were
my
gonna say that.
mother's life. I was just gonna say by the end of it that Tom is more Brock than he is Patrick Mahomes. But I was like, I'm not. Maybe basketball boy shouldn't say that. It shouldn't come from me. But I'm glad the football boy said it. So now it's
He
it's
was
a little bit better.
he was essentially in some of his Super
that's
Bowls that he
what-
won. He was a game manager more than he was a
Does
game
he look like
changer.
Brock more, or like Patrick Mahomes more? Be honest. Just be honest. Be honest.
No,
We're
wait, and
seriously
I want to
gonna
make this clear to the viewers. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. But
I'm starting to get off of that, bro.
in some
He's for one more Super Bowl. He is.
listen. But in some of those Super Bowls, he was a lot more of a game manager than he was a game changer. And by the way, can you be considered the GOAT when you've lost to Eli twice and fucking Nick Foles?
No.
Like, if Patrick lost to Brock Purdy, you wouldn't lose a little bit of disrespect. The
No.
only person that,
No, because that Niners team is.
at least so far, some of these teams, you can at least say Patrick lost to Tom Brady. He didn't lose. He ain't sitting here. You know who Nick Foles was that year? Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, and some people question if he's a Hall of Famer.
Nick Foles' team got put in
Tom
the
Brady-
best situation, even the better.
No,
better
not a
situation.
Tom
Single-
Brady was forced to play like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. You know what he did? He lost to an 8-8 Giants team.
And don't get me wrong, what he did against
Being
the
honest.
Falcons, nobody else does. It's miraculous. But there's been a lot of times that Bill's defense has starred in a lot of his Super Bowls.
How much did Atlanta score in that second half?
None. Listen, my whole
How'd they
point.
score in the first half?
Because the defense played like shit.
Listen,
Why did Tom only score 3 in the first half?
He played like shit.
There you go. That's
my
why
whole-
I said 50-50.
But here's the thing. It's just like that when we're talking about GOATs. But like as Patriots fans, what are you guys so mad at? Like, or Tom Brady fans? It's not Patriots fans. Like, why can't you guys give the credit to Bill? Like, give his credit.
I
due to
give the
him?
credit to Bill.
Because it takes away from Tom.
But when you say 70-30,
No,
that means that
70-30
you're
is too
saying
much.
that
no,
you can.
70-30 is too much. No. I said it was 60-40. When I'm in a heated argument with you guys in the actual basement, that's when I say 70-30.
We went.
in that system, I would not rather have
60-40.
another coach, but I would rather have. I'd be more okay with another quarterback. But that quarterback was so good. That's why for me it was 50-50. Because he's so fucking good. But again, I just gave you 5-6 guys and asked you why is he a better quarterback, and every time I hear nothing that has to do with football. Every time.
Because here's the thing. You want to know why?
Every time, bro.
Because again, and I'm gonna go back at the viewers for this one more time. We love you guys all. Continue to subscribe, please. He asked the question: why is Patty better than Tom Brady? And you guys continue to go to the winning. Why? I want to hear. I'm asking the question again. Why is Tom Brady a better quarterback on the field than Patrick Mahomes? There's not one thing you could point to that he does better on the field. The only thing you could maybe point to is that he's a more accurate quarterback. There isn't. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to the
Great
Basement
episode.
Boys.
What are we
man.
eating?
What are we eating?
Wings.
What are we eating? Wings. I'm thinking wing film.
I'm not
wings.
fucking having wings, bro.
Why? Why not? Why not?
I'm not having
Why
fucking
not?
wings.
Why not?
So I'm gonna explain so you actually believe like wings aren't a dinner? Like you can't have wings for dinner?
Oh,
How does that
wings,
work?
wings are a side.
Boneless,
Aside to what?
boneless and bone-in.
Boneless, I can have for dinner. I cannot have bone-in wings for dinner.
Why not? Why not?
I have a question for you real quick.
Why not?
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Right now, if you did nothing, you're a husty guy. You're a big guy. Right now,
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
okay. I mean this in a simple way. And
He's
why.
already shitting on him.
Listen, right now, without ordering anything but wings, like let's just go say we order wings for dinner right now.
Yeah.
How many wings do you need to fill you up? Wings, just boneless wings. How many do you need?
From the place that we get,
Yeah.
What?
How many wings do you need?
10.
So I need 10 slices of pizza, so that means pizza ain't dinner.
Let me finish
What?
it up. Let me finish it up.
Finish. No, he's saying about wings. 10 pieces. Should
You need
should-
10
should do the job.
bone-in wings?
I've done it before, and I got in fries with it, and
It's just a
so
side.
stupid.
It's just a side, bro.
It's
Just a
Yes,
side.
It's just a side.
When I have
it
steak
is.
for dinner, it's just a piece of meat.
You guys think?
It's just a piece of
man.
meat.
You're,
You guys think-
you're reaching now, man.
No, he's not reaching.
You're
He
reaching.
really isn't. He really
Steak is the most
is an-
overrated. It's the most overrated meal a human being can have.
Steak is
It's
an
the most
entree.
overrated meal a human being
Wings
can
is not
have.
an entree.
You're
It's
tripping.
overrated.
And
It's
why?
very overrated.
It's
No,
a-
it's not.
You know how much more meats I would
No,
rather
it's
eat?
not.
How many
I would rather
times?
have burgers. I would rather have lahm mishwi. These are
Hey,
all
my
meats
baby,
I would rather
my
have
baby,
over
how many
steak, bro.
times have you gone to a restaurant and seen wings on the entree side? It's always a starter or an appetizer, bro. Always. It's never been. Wings have never been.
And name me
on
another
the tray.
meal where there's a whole restaurant that sells it.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. There's
Wingstop.
restaurants specifically just for wings.
Just
Because
for
we're
wings.
in Dearborn, and
No, we're
Dearborn.
not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
So Wingstop is a Dearborn thing now.
No, it's
This kid's
not.
so
Wingstop is
stupid,
all over
bro.
America.
This kid is so stupid.
B-dubs is all over
Wings is
America.
I would love to hear this, man. Who
I
else-
don't give a fuck what they think about this. Wings are
No,
a
I
meal.
do. I do.
I don't. Wings are a meal, bro.
You guys,
Who's gonna-
you guys think you guys can have wings for dinner? Is it a side? Is it a meal?
Is it
What do you
more
guys
of a
think?
side or is it more of an entree?
No. Don't ask him
that's
that.
the
Don't ask him
question,
that. No,
bro.
don't ask him that. No.
Please subscribe,
have-
like,
Can
and
you
share
have
our
wings for
channel,
dinner?
please.
Bone in or boneless?
One last thing before we jump off. One more thing before we jump off. To our viewers, hit that YouTube page
Yep.
and subscribe. Hit
Yep.
up all our socials, man. We love to hear from you guys. We do this for you guys.
Appreciate you guys.
And let us
Yeah.
know if you guys want to hear about anything else after.
Yeah.
Whatever the
know.
case may be.
Basement Boys out,
questions?
baby.